The Addams Family began as nothing more than the focus of comics from the strange mind of Charles Addams, and transformed over time into one of the most iconic families in pop culture. Every member is unique, but the matriarch Morticia is one of the most beloved. The role isn't easy to play because it requires a balance of sensuality, comedy, and compassion. Keep watching to learn about every actress who played Morticia Addams. Carolyn Jones. Carolyn Jones was born April 28, 1930, in Amarillo, Texas. Her acting career took off quickly, and she earned an Academy Award for her role in The Bachelor Party in 1957. The original Addams Family TV show premiered on ABC on September 18, 1964, and aired 64 episodes over 2 years. Carolyn was chosen to play Morticia and reprised her role in 1977 for the TV movie The Addams Family, It's Party Time. She was given freedom to play the character in her own way and brought her to life with elegance, enhanced by her long, dark wig and all-black clothing. Carolyn went on to perform in other projects after The Addams Family ended. They included the Batman and Wonder Woman TV shows. She was diagnosed with colon cancer in 1981 and appeared in the 80s sitcom Capital in a wheelchair. Carolyn Jones fell into a coma and died days later at the age of 50 on August 3, 1983. Janet Waldo. Janet Waldo was born on February 14, 1919, in Grandview, Washington. She began using her talent in church plays, but was encouraged by her mother to take things further. She went to the University of Washington and earned parts in plays where she was discovered by Bing Crosby. He invited her to try out for a talent contest, and she won. After that, she and her mother moved to California, where a Paramount talent scout earned her parts in films such as Sing, You Sinners and Star Maker. She also earned parts in westerns such as The Bandit Trail and Land of the Open Range before moving to radio in 1943. Her voice proved to be a valuable asset on shows such as Meet Corliss Archer. These radio roles and appearances in movies and TV shows led to voice acting for cartoons. She played Judy Jetson in The Jetsons and earned hundreds of other voice roles. This included Morticia Addams in the first animated Addams Family cartoon that began in 1973. Janet had 2 children, Jonathan and Lucy, with her husband Robert E. Lee, whom she was married to until his death in 1994. She was diagnosed with a benign inoperable brain tumor in 2011. Janet Waldo succumbed to cancer and died at the age of 97 on June 12, 2016. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First for more. And stick around to find out more about the actresses who played Morticia Addams. Anjelica Houston. Anjelica Houston was born July 8, 1951 in Santa Monica. She spent most of her childhood in Ireland and England and took her first film role in her father John Huston's 1969 film A Walk with Love and Death. She moved back to the U.S. after her mother died and modeled for several years. She cameoed in several films but decided to make acting her official career in the 80s. Her work in the 1985 film Prizzi's Honor earned her a Best Supporting Actress Oscar, and she was the first actress to ever win an Oscar when her father and grandfather had already won one. Anjelica's portrayal of Morticia Addams remains one of the most well-known and highly praised. It began when director Barry Sonnenfeld decided to make movies about the macabre family 30 years after the success of the original series. She had to contend against musical icon Cher for the role, but ultimately won. Becoming Morticia required a more drastic transformation this time. She had to have her cheekbones stretched with tape and wear intense makeup, a wig, and false eyelashes. Anjelica appeared in all of Barry Sonnenfeld's live-action Addams Family movies, including The Addams Family in '91 and Addams Family Values in '93. Nancy Linari. Another Addams Family animated series was greenlit in 1992. Nancy Linari, a comedian who was born in 1955, provided Morticia's voice this time. Nancy began her career as part of the improv group The Second City, then continued to work as a stage, film, TV, and voice actress. Her iconic voice not only gave life to Morticia in the second Addams Family cartoon, but it also made her an award-winning audiobook narrator and earned her roles in hundreds of commercials. It even earned her the honor of announcing Prince Harry and First Lady Michelle Obama as the announcer of the opening ceremonies for the Invictus Games Orlando in 2016. Bebe Neuwirth. One of the least known entries in the Addams Family franchise is the Broadway show simply titled The Addams Family. It opened in April of 2010. Too few theatergoers got to see the talent that Nathan Lane showed off as Gomez and Bebe Neuwirth demonstrated as Morticia. Beatrice Bebe Neuwirth was born December 31, 1958 in Newark, New Jersey. She began her career as a dancer, graduating with a major in dance from Juilliard. Her stage performances won her plenty of accolades, including a Tony in 1986 for playing Nikki in Sweet Charity and another in '97 for Best Actress in a Musical for playing Velma Kelly in Chicago. She also won 2 Emmys for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series for playing Lilith Sternin Crane in Cheers. She currently lives with her husband Chris Calkins, whom she married May 4, 2009. Daryl Hannah. The Addams Family: The Reunion is another little-known entry in the franchise. It was a direct-to-video film, but had Tim Curry as Gomez and Daryl Hannah as Morticia. Her portrayal is both sensual and comical. Daryl Hannah was born December 3, 1960 in Chicago, Illinois. She graduated from the University of Southern California School of Theater, then went on to practice ballet with Maria Tallchief and study drama at the Goodman Theater. Her first small roles were in The Fury in 1978 and Hard Country in '81, but her breakout role was Blade Runner in 1982. That led to a string of other roles, but in addition to acting, she also works to write articles and deliver speeches to fight against human trafficking and encourage better world relations. Ellie Harvie. Ellie Harvie was born April 7, 1965 in Belleville, Ontario. She earned a degree in political studies from the University of Manitoba, but began a 2-year course in acting at the Vancouver Playhouse Theatre School when her family moved to Vancouver in 1987, and continued to study and began touring British Columbia with Green Thumb Theatre. She won the Just for Laughs Improv Tournament in 1995 and CBC's Improv Olympics in '98. She earned roles in Cupid, The X-Files, Night Scream, and The Sixth Day, and more, and she was eventually given the honor of bringing Morticia to life. The new Addams Family was released on Fox in 1998 and lasted for 1 season. John Astin, the original Gomez, returned, and Nicole Fugere from the 1997 movie returned as Wednesday. The filmmakers found a new Morticia in Ellie Harvie, who delivered a more comedic performance for a younger target audience. Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron was born in Johannesburg, South Africa. She grew up on a farm outside the city and was trained as a ballet dancer. She moved to Europe and the U.S. at a young age to start her career and got a job at the Joffrey Ballet in New York, as well as working as a model. She kept dancing until injuring her knee. In 1994, her mother gave her $500 and a ticket to Los Angeles. She visited agents on Hollywood Boulevard but faced rejection after rejection. She then tried to cash the check but wasn't allowed to, and an agent gave her his card when she made a scene about it. His only condition was she learn English, which she did by watching soap operas. Her first performance was a 3-second non-speaking role in Children of the Corn 2, Urban Harvest in 1995. That led to longer, better performances such as 2 Days in the Valley, The Devil's Advocate, Mighty Joe Young, and The Italian Job. She won her first Academy Award on February 29, 2004 for her performance in Monster the year before. Conrad Vernon and Greg Tiernan directed the most recent animated Addams film. Charlize played Morticia Addams and said her goal was to keep the classic aspects of the character intact while adding novelty and focusing on her youth and position as the head of the household. It received negative reviews but grossed $180 million on a budget of only $24 million. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Although it's not expected to drop until at least fall of next year, several cast members have been announced for an upcoming Addams Family Netflix series called Wednesday, directed by Tim Burton. Luis Guzman will play Gomez, and Catherine Zeta-Jones will play Morticia. Catherine's made a name for herself in movies like Christopher Columbus, The Discovery, Catherine the Great, The Phantom, and The Mask of Zorro. She won an Academy Award for Chicago in 2002. She was even dubbed Commander of the Order of the British Empire in Queen Elizabeth's birthday honors list. Now it's time to hear from you. Will you be watching Catherine Zeta-Jones portray Morticia Addams? Let us know in the comment section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts Verse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.